So Satipatthana is probably rightly translated as establishing or placing sati. The foundation of sati is right view, virtue. That's its, right mindfulness anyway. Clearly we can place our attention on anything, but right mindfulness is always associated with certain, hey, this is worthwhile, this is useful, and why. Essentially, it's leading to the ending of suffering and stress. Of course, everyone would like to get to the end of suffering and stress, so why don't we do it? Because we don't really imagine this could do it. We look for things outside to do it for us. So this renunciant basis is to the degree to which one can develop it, is an encouragement to relinquish external circumstantial support, which will go anyway. Just use what you need in terms of bodily requisites, shelter, so forth, in order to establish a firmer basis for ending suffering and stress, which is to do with the way that the citta, the heart, and the mind operate. So for a long time, they've been looking out into sense consciousness, sights, sounds, touches. That comes with birth. Thoughts. This is an aspect of consciousness. But this teaching leads to the stopping of consciousness, which doesn't mean we become, dead or oblivious. It means instead of that vijnana, which takes us out to external objects, when that is increasingly subdued, relinquished, and attitudes and intentions are amplified, we shift to citta, which is an internal basis, which is, we can feel it's aware, it's the basis of our intentions, motivations, it's the basis of our suffering and stress, and the basis of our release. So in simply speaking, the stopping of consciousness and the purification, release of citta, the heart, the mind. So this turning back, all of us really pretty soon get the idea, oh yeah, coming back into something we might call me, myself, because that's also how we sense it, my inner self. Okay, well, however you want to call it. And how is that purified? By linking it to an internal quality of body, which is very similar. We have tactile consciousness, which is when the body goes out to what's around it. We have kaya sankhara, the internal body, which is to do with breathing, vitality, tension, relaxation, arousal, calm, qualities that we probably all know, but perhaps happen in haphazard ways. Yeah. Now making it much more deliberate, less haphazard, much more cultivated internal body. Because this is where the citta, in this lifetime, the heart is instinctively and by reflex connected to that. When you feel unhappy, When you feel stressed, that's both a bodily sense, you get a sense of feeling heavy, tense, and you feel miserable, emotional. They go together. You can't feel bright, bodily bright and depressed at the same time. If your body feels bright and happy, you don't feel depressed. It can't happen. You have to get them two together. So this is where when you work on the body, you're working on the mind, on the citta. Recognizing that the citta will pay attention to that if you cultivate it. If you don't cultivate it, it'll give attention to manovinyana, mind consciousness, which means your thinking and the psychologies and the memories and the comparisons and the attitudes and the opinions about yourself and others and how things should be and what's right. You know, that's what it'll give attention to, and it's like there's no ending of suffering in there. Absolutely guaranteed. That's what we listen to, basically because that's kind of what we've been encouraged to listen to and developed. So it is in a certain renunciation of mind means you begin to just drop the idea of a future, which is an idea that we have in the back of our minds. I will get to this, I will be this, I never will be that, or something terrible will happen. And that's an idea. And drop that. Comparing yourself with others. That's, what are you comparing yourself with? You're comparing an idea of somebody else with an idea of yourself. No ending of suffering in that. Comparing yourself with how you think you should be. Plenty of suffering in that. How you were. An idea of how you were. Compare yourself now with how you were. Plenty of suffering there, possible. Yeah. And why you were, and how you were, and what you will be. And so this is a very easy trend, very easy channel to go down, because one of the very compulsive instincts, asava, outflows we have, is the tendency to create a self. A self meaning an entity that exists in time, goes from this to that, to this to that. I was, I will be, that entity. There's a very strong tendency for that. It's called bhavasava. And with that comes craving, that I will be comfortable, happy, accomplished, respected. Yeah. So that's a very strong instinct, asava, outflow. Yeah. And you may think, oh, somebody else, they've become something really wonderful. Well, check it out. They probably have their grief and guilt and worry, and for sure things will change. And what's the point of creating that? How valuable is it? Craving to become, it's so instinctive, it's not that it just happens. That's what the mind, that's the way the mind understands things. Thinking mind understands things in that way. That's the only way it understands things, really. If you try to think of what you are right now, what are you right now? What happens? without comparing it with something, without linking it to something. Are you your hair? No, not my hair. Well, so what happens if you try to separate that I am from anything else that you know you're not? You're not your hair, you're not your name, you're not your physical size, are you? Those are things that you experience, but that's not, you wouldn't call that. You try to think about what you really are, you go, well, I'm confused. As a permanent condition. I doubt it. So if you were confused, you wouldn't be doing this. Yeah. You may experience waves of confusion and uncertainty passing. Your thinking mind can't form a fixed definition of what you are that covers everything. And then don't bother. It's not going to happen. If you do get a clear idea of what you are, it's probably some kind of obsession. And you can recognize, oh, it's me again, the worrier. Me again, the first person is inadequate. It's me again. And what is it that knows that's me again? What is it that's aware this is me complaining again? Which is you? The one that knows the complaining or the worrying, or the complaining and worrying? Which is more basic? And you come back to, oh, worrying, happiness, unhappiness change, don't they? And you can witness them. So maybe that turning back, you come back to kind of an open awareness. Yeah. And that sits in your citta, in your heart. Because you can't get an idea of it. All the ideas slip by, but you know it feels peaceful, serene, wise. It feels very free in itself. And we can sense it. So then you begin to think, well, that's a more valuable way of referring to things is how they feel than what you think about them. Whether they feel like they're stressed or unstressed. Whether they feel they are tangled or clean. Clear or bright or muddy. You get that sense. And this is all the intelligence of citta does that. And as you begin to get a sense of that, then you can very easily recognize this mood, this idea is tangled and muddy. This one's clean and bright. This one's harsh. This one's sad. This one's... Then give attention to those that are clean, those that are noble, those that are worthwhile. And you can feel that in your body, because when you touch into that, your body also feels steady and bright. Your inner body. And the two work together, because if your inner body, your subtle body, feels steady and bright, your citta returns to it, feels fed by it, feels nourished by it, and discards the hindrances. This is the principle we call samadhi. Returning to the subtle body, cleaning the citta of its distractedness or tangledness or murkiness. This is the method the Buddha favoured through breathing. So when we refer to body, and the Buddha says this mindfulness of breathing is a body amongst the bodies. Get the senses there are several bodies you can experience. And one of them, so we can recognize when he gave so much emphasis on mindfulness of body, but you recognize a lot of the time he's also saying the physical body is unclean, it decays, it's not yours, it's not something to be fond of, it's full of impurities. You know, he didn't seem to really think very highly of it at all. So why? Because actually, yeah, that's compared with, you know, that's true in a sense. But then there's another body you can refer to which is more conducive. So he's saying, because there's so much instinct called kamasava, another asava towards the senses, in which the body remains a source of attraction, fascination, vanity, decoration, and so forth. He says, well, this is a very deep habit. We look at the face, we feel bright, happy. Look at our form, we feel confident because the form is this way, or we decorate it so it looks like this or that. You know, so much attention, whole industry built around it, billions of dollars around this particular fascination. That's how powerful it is. Everybody knows it ages and dies. And it takes a lot of work to get it looking kind of attractive. And so what? If it is attractive anyway, what good does it do you? And yet the habit is there. Because otherwise we feel sad, lonely, lost. How sad that is. So it's saying, renunciation, just push that back. Instead, come to something that's much more valuable in yourself, which really can be very beautiful. And if you linger in it, it actually gets better with age, not worse. It gets steadier, stronger, brighter, and it acts as a support for the heart. So this is going to take you to better places. That's the principle of samadhi. And samadhi is generally translated as concentration, and you'll see that written down many times, but I think I need to qualify that. Basically because the way we normally concentrate is very much through the mind, through the thinking organ. We think of something. We figure something out. I'm concentrating on the problem. We think about something, we concentrate on it. Or we do it with our eyes. I concentrate on that particular point. So what happens is you constrict your attention onto a particular object. And there's a certain constriction of attention onto that object. Now, what we see in the presentation of the Dhamma is the Buddha doesn't say concentrate on an object. Be mindful of an object, such as a sensation or a walking or breathing, be mindful of it. But you don't have samadhi on an object. The only object of samadhi is called release. And that means that's the aim of it. It's aimed towards release. So it doesn't take an object. Mindfulness takes an object, and through properly handling that relationship, that handling of a particular experience, as the mind settles, feels more comfortable, the mind's agitation and restlessness, confusion dissolves, the object itself begins to soften and dissolve. There's a unification experience which is accompanied by uplifted, happy heart. That entering into that is called entering samadhi. So you enter samadhi through properly handling, breathing, walking, standing, sitting with mindfulness. Handling these with mindfulness, the heart doesn't go out into sense fields, begins to experience itself as stable, begins to experience itself as malleable, begins to experience itself as bright, begins to experience itself as clean, clear, enjoys itself, feels happy in itself, doesn't go out. This is called samadhi. So samadhi is, if you like, unification of the heart in itself. That's a result. This perhaps helps us to understand mindfulness more fully. Mindfulness and what it gives rise to, full seeing, full clear awareness. This is touching, bringing attention onto an object, sensation, awareness of your body, your bodily presence, lingering with it, sensing it fully, being stabilized by that, relinquishing restlessness, ill will, impatience, sluggishness. And through that, the particular meditation's object has done its work. It's helped to give us something to stabilize and clarify the citta with. Then the citta turns into itself. It's happy, it's comfortable. This is made especially fruitful and straightforward with no snags if you focus on the subtle body. To use a term like subtle body, it may sound, what's that, esoteric, but okay, if you like it, you can call it about your nervous system. Different words. So if people talk about your chi, if you're Taoist or chi, or your energy body, or your chakras, meridians, so forth, vitality, that we all experience it. So it's listening, turning towards that. And that is not experienced in any single place. It runs through covers the entire body. Like a web. It's associated with the entirety of the body. It's an entire web of intelligence. For example, when you walk, you don't have to think how to walk. Your body knows how to walk. It knows which muscles to move. It knows how to find balance. It knows how much energy is needed to lift a leg. You don't have to work it out. All the muscles and sinews, and they know what they're doing. And if you train yourself not to force walking with your mind, or even think about walking, or think about where you're going, just let the body walk, and you feel this quality of a comfortable, fluid vitality, which is how the body senses itself. How it senses itself, so it doesn't fall over. So that it doesn't crash its feet into the ground. It knows exactly how much effort to use. You don't fling the leg into the air. You don't drive the foot into the earth. The body knows how much is needed to accomplish what's necessary to shift weight around. You don't have to figure it out. Because you don't have to figure it out, generally you ignore it. The mind's not interested because the mind doesn't know it, doesn't know how to do it. So instead, when we do walking, we think about where we're walking, where we're going to. Which is, the body's not concerned with where you're going to, its concern is to operate. And in walking meditation, we're not going anywhere. So you don't need it. You can drop that idea of going anywhere. Even the subtle idea of walking to the end of the path, or even the subtle idea of 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. That's not the way the body doesn't work like that. It doesn't have 1 step, 2. It only has 1 step, which is this one. That's all it does. Shifts weight. So you can kind of rub out all these mental designations. And even attitudes, I should walk very slow, I should walk very fast, I should walk in a particular way, I should focus on this or that or the other. Mental intrusion onto a bodily process. So that humility of mind, the restraint of the mind, so we listen with the heart to the beauty of walking, the magic, the mystery of it, the vitality of it. When you sit down, feel what holds your body up. Feel your whole body so that you're not focused in your head or your belly, you focus on the whole body. So when you do that, just give a little more attention to the spine. Just give attention to the spine, because that's the reference point that will support the body in balance. That's what it does. Yeah. That's its job. And generally, because that's the spine does it, you don't have to think about it. The mind ignores it. And instead we get into our thinking, and we lose the body and we drift into our thinking. And then, whoops, what am I doing? Oh, I'm thinking. You try and stop thinking. Right, stop thinking. How do I stop thinking? Right, just focus on this or the other. Stop. Maybe I should be more attentive, more effort needed. No, be mindful. Stop thinking, be mindful. Okay. Well, mindful of what? Just be mindful of breathing. Breathing, that's it. Where are you breathing? In my belly. No, look, just stop. All that. And go back to your spine, holding up. Open the body. What does the body know? What does the body know? It knows firmness. Yeah. It knows warmth. Yeah. It knows vitality, energy of various kinds moving around. It knows breathing in and breathing out. It happens. It knows space. I'm not under pressure. I'm not squashed. My body can expand, so it's aware there's plenty of space. It knows that. And it knows all this. Coherent is my body, is the body. That's what your energy body, your subtle body tells you. That's what it knows. And there's nothing, you just have to open it and ask it. And listen to it. And feel it. So it's a felt kind of knowing. So that repeated return to that can be seen as concentration, because we're certainly maintaining a resolute focus, but it's not a constricted. It's a concentration of heart and body, not concentration of the thinking mind. It's deeply receptive. The advantage of that is body opens up, and something in us, that quality of citta now, is listening, sensing, vichara, sampajano, clearly aware. What it's clearly aware of is these various elements changing, relative firmness. Some places, sometimes it feels very firm, hard, even unpleasant. Just soften, relax. Some places feel not firm, they're sagging. A little more attention there. Just firm up. Because your aim is to find unity and balance. So not one part of the body, not one part of that sense that we have of the body is uneven. It's all one thing. It's not you've got a strong area here and a weak area there. The whole thing is unified. Right? So you're feeling some areas feel hyper, there's too much happening, too much intensity, then just widen your attention to find areas that have less intensity. Bring the two together, the energy will begin to equalize, become stable, till you have one unified body rather than bits and pieces. Or left side strong, right side weak. Or upper body very strong, lower body absent. The whole thing feels like one thing. Yeah? And that's possible. The vitality is then even. That's possible. Now, if we return to the bodily consciousness, you see the head is very different from the feet. The hands are nothing like the back. It's all different bits and pieces. And even some parts of the body have much more sensation in them. So your thumb, tip of your thumb has probably got as much sensation as most of your back. Most of your legs, nothing much happening there compared with your face. So they're very uneven. So you put that aside. You're not going to find unity in that. You find unity in the subtle body as the kaya sankara, the bodily formation, bodily formulative energy becomes steady and filled out. Sometimes it's broken or numb, imbalance, so holding it open so it begins to steady breathing, feeling your breathing as an energy that moves through those channels. Breathing in, the whole body breathes in. Breathing out, the whole body breathes out. Pauses in between the in-breath and the out-breath is openness, stillness. Things calm down, the openness and stillness gets longer and longer. Things get quieter, more unified. Citta, listen, drink, settles into that because it is very comfortable. And then it enters samadhi. That's the way it goes. After a few years. But for some people, maybe quite quickly. Because what must be also be borne in mind and remembered with pragmatic wisdom is this inner body is also quite scrambled for most people. Because all the emotions that we've had move along that, into that. So you get emotions of passion and fear, sadness and rage, feeling hurt, feeling wounded, feeling excluded, feeling miserable, feeling pressure, feeling urgent, feeling rushed, feeling weighed down, feeling overwhelmed, feeling totally distracted. All that is energy running into that energy body, so it's pretty saturated with unhelpful influences. And those have to be cleaned. But they can be. Because the system, like if you cut your skin, you don't have to say, hurry up, heal. It will heal. You know, if you break a leg, you don't have to say, come on leg, please leg, come on, mend yourself, hurry up and mend yourself. So it will mend. If you don't mess it up, it will mend. You cut your skin, it will mend. If you do the right thing, if you don't start scratching it, fiddling with it, getting upset about it. So, and particularly when we come to the energy body, our emotions are so important in, our emotional sense is so important in healing. If we get upset, despondent, distressed, impatient, all that is putting the wrong energy through the system. It's like someone who cuts themselves and then keeps pulling the skin apart and fiddling with it. And you've got to just cover it carefully with loving kindness. Keep it, and then gradually it will heal. So with this cultivation, there's no sense of hurry up, or there's also no sense of don't bother. There's a sense of earnest, intent, compassionate, care, steadiness. And your one most important guide in that is your breathing. So we always say, well, okay, things feel, this way or that way. Can you breathe out? And it will out till there's nothing left. Can you just wait a little bit longer till the breath comes in by itself? Can you allow the in-breath to come fully? Can you relax your shoulders and chest to allow the breathing in to completely fill you? Can you let it finish and wait for the out-breath? That's your healer. That's your healer. That's sending a very reliable, fluent energy. Everything in you, in your subtle body, will pick that up. Oh. And it begins to take that, areas that need that will begin to connect to that. Yeah. It's just like you have a stream of clear water. Stream of, then the thirsty animals come to that water. So it is when you have a clean water, clean breathing, all the thirsty energies in your body start to reach into that, to try to drink it out. And so just patient. Take your time. Take your time. Because if they all start sucking it, then you've got no water left. So just a little bit. Just a little bit. So you moderate your thoughts and concerns to just say, just the first one is perhaps right now feeling dull. Right now, okay, bring that one in. Or right now feeling pressure. Okay, bring that one in. So what's the leader? The leading overall sense that you need to attend to. You attend to that one first. So of course, thinking mind, we can think of all our sores and problems and irritations and sorrows. We say, no, just right now, perhaps just the feeling of, there's so much, I don't know if I can manage this. That one. So much to do. Can I ever get this done? Is it possible? Just that one. Feeling of anxiety, pressure. Just all you have to do is this one breath. If you follow that, everything else will follow suit. And this is how you release one lost animal after another. So using your external body just as that which can help the energy body, the subtle body, to open up. So that steady position, upright spine, open chest, head balanced on top of the spine. You don't have to look for breathing. Breathing comes to you in its time. Let's take a few minutes just locating and establishing that frame of reference and that attitude of mind.